Water is not native to the overworld. I know, this is a strange theory. Most would dismiss this immediately, but before you judge the theory, I ask you to watch the video and just consider what I am about to say. So what proof is there for this outlandish theory? We don't think about the possibility that water and its inhabitants are foreign due to the fact that we have them in our world, and the overworld is designed to be similar to real life. There is a lot of evidence to show that water wasn't originally present in the Minecraft world. Part 1. Magic. Water in Minecraft appears to have some magical properties. At first it might not seem this way, however it doesn't behave like normal water. The first and most obvious example of this is the infinite water source. Water blocks can duplicate if placed in the correct pattern. Needless to say, this is not a property that water should have. You can also take an infinite amount of water bottles out of one source of water, so why does water duplicate itself? This is no natural property of anything without magical properties. Additionally, water is the only ingredient besides blaze powder necessary for every single potion, and it can be argued that blaze powder is simply a heating device. The third odd property of water is its ability to completely mitigate fall damage. Even landing in the tiniest sliver of water reduces fall damage to 0. This is not a thing in real life. I repeat, this is not a thing. Don't try it. So now we have established the magical properties of water, but how do these help prove that water is not native to the overworld? First, the overworld is only home to one thing particularly magical: obsidian. Obsidian seems to be the only natural magical thing in the overworld. It can be used for enchanting and portal making. It is well known as a magical block. And how, may I ask, does obsidian occur? It has to be created with water. This shows that nothing magical occurs in the overworld without water, so why is it the exception? Most people know that water is instantly evaporated in the Nether. The reason behind this seems obvious, right? It's so hot it evaporates. However, I would like to propose that it is something more magical destroying the water. When lit on fire, wood burns and can be destroyed. However, fire cannot evaporate water no matter what. Lava cannot even evaporate water. Another thing is that wood does not instantly ignite in the Nether. If water instantly evaporates because it is hotter than fire, wouldn't wood instantly ignite? It seems like some magical incompatibility between the Nether and water exists, not a heat barrier. If we look at the Nether, blaze powder and rods appear to have magical properties. They are used for potions and Eyes of Ender, which are important for interdimensional travel. Soul sand is also magical in nature, as it contains souls, as shown by the texture. Netherrack and soul sand both burn indefinitely, which should not be possible. The End has teleportation in its plants and inhabitants. There are flying ships among the End cities. The End and Nether are very obviously magical all around, whereas the overworld would have no magic at all if not for water. Water being the magical exception to the overworld may not be enough to prove this to you all. However, there is more evidence. Part 2. Animals. Something we all know about water in real life is that it is very, very necessary for survival. We all drink plenty of water in our day-to-day lives, I hope. Water is necessary in every step of life on the planet. Water is the origin of life. In Minecraft, however, this does not appear to be the case. No player nor animal needs to drink water. You can't even feed animals water, unlike other types of food. Water is even dangerous for most animals, as they drown after a short time within it. This definitely sets water in the game apart from water in real life. But YouTuber, you may be asking, crops need water. This is actually 100% false. Crops can be grown with just light and tilled ground. The ground is what needs the water in order to maintain its shape, but plants can still grow with 0 water. Plants in real life wither and die without their secondly dose of H2O. Now you may be wondering about aquatic mobs. I would argue that these either came natively from wherever water originally came from, or that they evolved from land creatures gradually over time. The turtle is a good example of evolution. They don't require water in the slightest. They adapted to move quicker in the water, but breathe air and could be removed from the environment safely. Dolphins seem to be the next step in this evolution. They require air and water. They're on the cusp of becoming aquatic. Axolotls seem to be the final stage between land animals and fish. They need water but can stay on land for extended periods of time. They have feet which seem to be remnants of their former land-loving selves. Fish and squids are the final step in this. They cannot survive outside of water. My theory is that upon the arrival of water, some species adapt it to use it as an escape from predation. In real life, predation is a really big factor in evolution. An example is the dodo bird, which did not have predation, evolved to be dopey and not at all fit for survival. And so when predators showed up, they went extinct. If the water suddenly got placed in the Minecraft world, then there would be no predators within it, so those animals would have a great time adapting to be in that water. They would be completely safe and sheltered. Part 3. People. This part is a lot smaller than other parts, but I'd like to bring up sunken villages. These structures appear underwater filled with drowns. At first, you might overlook this as a random structure that sunk from some landmass into the ocean. It makes no sense that the constructors of this would choose to build underwater when they cannot breathe under it. So the next step is that they gradually sunk into the water over years and years. This seems reasonable until the presence of the drowned inhabitants is brought into question. Why are all of these villages filled with drowned? Sure, people drown at sea from time to time, but it seems a little suspicious that they're concentrated in these sunken villages. My theory is that the water appeared all at once, killing the residents of these villages completely. As for where the water came from, I'd venture to say the ancient people of the game, who were adept at portal technology, as shown by the end portal, opened a portal to a world full of water. It gushed out of the portal, flooding much of the world until they closed it and rid themselves of the knowledge of how to open it. They were stuck with this mysterious, magical, alien substance in their world due to this. One of many major disasters of these people. In conclusion, I propose that water was brought to the overworld extremely quickly and all at once, drowning the inhabitants of lower land masses. It's not native to the world as it doesn't interact with the aspects of Minecraft as it does in real life. It also contains magical properties, unlike every other thing natively found in the overworld, with the ability to infinitely duplicate, protect from any fall, and brew potions. I think this is concrete evidence that water is not native to the overworld. Keep in mind, this is all in good fun. I just noticed a pattern and wanted to tell somebody. If you liked this video, consider leaving a like and subscribing. It would help out a lot. Adios.